Assalamu alaikum students. We continue this exercise 1.1 with question number 2, in which we are required to find the solution of the given quadratic equation by factorization. We have practiced different methods of factorization, but now we select factorization by midterm breaking. Let's do the part 1, in which we recall the method that first of all we find the product of the first, mean the leading coefficient, and the constant term 1 into 22. We choose this purpose the U method of midterm breaking. For this we find all the factors. 1 to 20, the product of the leading coefficient and the constant term is 20. So now we find the factors. We divide by 2, 2 tens are 20. Now 20 is not divisible by 3, we choose 4, 4 fives are 20, and 5 fours are 20. When any one of the factor is repeated or both, we stop making factors and the U is now completed. Actually, we have to break the middle term coefficient. For this purpose, we put bracket in place of 1, which is the middle term coefficient. X minus 20 is equal to 0. In place of 1, we put bracket. The last term sign, which is minus, we put in middle of that bracket. Now we have to find out the pair of the numbers which fit that condition. Mean 5 and 4 is the suitable pair. If we put over here 5 and 4, 5 minus 4 will be equal to 1. It means last term will give us the operation which we perform for the middle term to find the middle term. Now we saw this: x square minus 5x minus minus plus 4x minus 20 is equal to 0. And we are familiar about that when we deal with 4 terms. We do common taking, in which we make pairs. In first pair, we take x as common, and the first term remainder value is x, and in the second term minus 5 is left. In the second pair, what we do, we take 4 as common, and the first term remainder is x, and the second term is 5 is equal to. We write x plus 4 as the first factor and x minus 5 as the second factor of the product, according to the right property of taking common. Now there are two possibilities. X plus 4 is equal to 0 and x minus 5 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 4, 4 is taken to the right hand side. Similarly, in that case, minus 5 when taken to the right hand side will become plus 5. Thus, solution set will be minus 4 and 5. Now we move to the part 2, in which we have to first simplify it. So we find the product of the right hand side, y into y, y square, y into 5 plus minus minus 5y. We write as same the left hand side. Now we take these two values to the left hand side according to the cancellation property. 3y square minus y square, when this value is taken to the left hand side, plus that will become minus y square. Minus 5y when taken to the left hand side, that will become plus 5y, and 0 is left on the right hand side. 3y square minus y square, we have 2y square plus 5y is equal to 0. Now we take y common, 2y first term, and in second term 5 is left equal to 0. Now there are two possibilities y is equal to 0 and 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. 5 is taken to the right hand side, it will become minus. When 2 is taken to the right hand side, it will become denominator and y is equal to minus 5 by 2. Thus, solution set is equal to 0 and minus 5 by 2. Sometimes a few students do a mistake, and that is in that step y into 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. They take y to the other side. 2y plus 5 is equal to 0 over y. That should not be done, because if they do this, that will be resulted in loss of one root, and that is very important. Mean that that should not be done, because 0 divided by y is equal to 0, and hence you lose one root. And as we are dealing with quadratic equations, and we learn that quadratic equation has two roots. Let's do part 3 of question number 2 of exercise 1.1 by using method of midterm breaking. For this sake, first of all, we have to write the given quadratic equation in standard form. For this sake, we take these two values to the right hand side, as this is the highest degree term. So 17x square minus becomes plus 32x, and 4 is taken to the right hand side, that will become minus 4, and 0 is left on the left hand side. By applying symmetric property, we make this right hand side the left and left hand side the right. 17x square plus 32x minus 4, only the symmetry is changed, but now that is in the standard form of quadratic equation. Now we apply the method of midterm breaking, for which we first find the product of the leading coefficient and the constant term, and that is 17 multiply 4 is equal to 68. We have to find out the factors of 68. We divide it by 1 and then 2, that will give us 34, and it is not divisible by 3. We divide it by 4. 4 1s are 4 and 4 7s are 28. 5 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it is not divisible by other numbers, 17 into 4. So 17 and 4 are repeated factors, so therefore we stop making factors and u is now completed. Now 17x square plus, in place of 32 we put bracket, x minus 4 is equal to 0. The last term sign is minus, it means we have to perform subtraction to find out the 32. So we choose such a pair, that is 34 and 2. We write the bigger number first and the smaller number always as a second number. Now we open the bracket in the next step, 17x square plus 34x minus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. We make the pairs and take the common, and we have 17x common in the first pair. First term remainder is x and second term is 2. In the second pair, we take minus 2 as common. First term remainder is x. When we take minus common, so the second term minus will change into plus, and 2 is left. Now in the next step we write 17x minus 2 as a first factor and x plus 2 as second factor according to the right property of taking common, because the common x plus 2 is present on the right hand side, so therefore we write on the right mean as the second factor of this product. Now there are two possibilities, and that is 17x minus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. 17x minus 2 is taken to the right hand side, become plus 2, x 17 is taken to the right hand side, and that becomes 2 divided by 17. 2 is taken to the right hand side, it will become minus 2. Thus solution set will be equal to 2 over 17 and minus 2. Now we move to the part 4 and we use the same procedure, U method of midterm breaking, the method of factorization which we use over here. And for this sake, we first find the product of the leading coefficient and constant term, and that is 1 into 152 is equal to 152. We have to find out the factors of 152. 1 into 152 already we have. We divide by 2, and 2 7s are 14 and 2 6 are. It is not divisible by 3. 4 3s are 12 and 4 8s are 32. It is not divisible by 5 6 7, but it is divisible by 8. 8 1s are 8 and 8 9s are 72. And when we move to the next factors, so 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18, it is not divisible by those numbers, but it is divisible by 19 8s, and as the numbers are repeated, we stop making factors and we form U. So hence now we have to choose the suitable pair from these. X square, in place of 11 we put a bracket, x minus 152 is equal to 0. Last term sign is minus, we put in the middle, and it means we have to do the subtraction to find out 11. So which pair is suitable? 19 and 8. As 19 minus 8 is equal to 11. So hence midterm is correctly broken into two terms. So now we move to the next step. X square minus, we open the brackets, 19x minus minus plus 8x minus 152 is equal to 0. We make the pairs and we take the common. X is common in the first pair. X minus 19 is the remainder. If we take common in these two, so 8 is common, x minus 19 will be the remainder. Now we take common in these, so we write x plus 8 as first factor and x minus 19 as second factor according to the right property of taking common, as x minus 19 is common factor in both of these. Now there are two possibilities, that is x plus 8 is equal to 0 and x minus 19 is equal to 0. 8 is taken to the right hand side, it becomes minus 8, and 19 is taken to the right hand side, it becomes plus 19. Thus solution set will be equal to minus 8 and 19. Students, let's do the part 5. In that part, first of all we have to write that given quadratic equation into its standard form. so that we can factorize it and find its solution. So for this sake, we take the left hand side and take its LCM. As the two denominators in two fractions, these are uncommon factors, so we write as a product as an LCM. As we know that in the process of LCM, we divide this LCM by the first denominator. In first case, x into x plus 1 divided by x. So x is cancelled by x and x plus 1 is the quotient which is multiplied to the first numerator. We have x plus 1 into x plus 1. And for the second fraction, we again do the same process. We divide this x into x plus 1, the LCM, by the second denominator, which is x plus 1. X plus 1 is cancelled and that x is multiplied to the second numerator. We have x into x as a second term. On the right hand side, we write the same value, 25 over 12. Now we simplify the left hand side and we multiply x into x, we get x square. X into 1, we get x. 1 into x, we have x. 1 into 1, we have plus 1. And x into x, we have x square. In denominator, x into x, x square, and x into 1 is equal to x, and we find the product for denominator, 25 over 12. We carry the right hand side. Further we simplify 2x square plus 2x plus 1 divided by x square plus x is equal to 25 over 12. By cross multiplication, we multiply 12 to the numerator of the left hand side and 25 to the denominator of the left hand side, and we get 12 into 2x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 25 into x square plus x. In the next step, we get 12 twos are 24 x square plus 12 twos are 24 x, 12 ones are 12 is equal to 25 x square plus 25 x on the right hand side, and we take these three values to the right hand side as 25x square is greater than 24x square and it is the highest degree term. We write 25x square plus 25x, and these values are taken to the right hand side, minus 24x square minus 24x minus 12, and in the left hand side 0 is left. 25x square minus 24x, like term, different sign, we do subtraction, we get x square. 25x minus 24x, we do subtraction, plus x we have minus 12. We use symmetric property to take these values to the left hand side, x square plus x minus 12, and no sign change according to the symmetric property, because according to the symmetric property we can switch the left hand side to the right and right to the left. Now we apply the method of midterm breaking, U method of midterm breaking, and we find the product of the leading coefficient and constant term first. 1 into 12 is equal to 12. We find the factors of 12. So 1 multiply 12, 2 6 are 12, 3 4s are 12, 4 3s are 12. Factors are repeated, so we stop making more, and hence we complete the U. In the next step, x square plus, in place of 1, the midterm coefficient, we place bracket. X minus 12 is equal to 0. Last term sign is minus, we place middle of that, and that will tell us that we do subtraction to find out 1, and for this sake 3 and 4 is a suitable pair. We write 4 first. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. We break the midterm into two terms. Now we open the bracket, x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. We make the pairs and take the common. X is taken common, x plus 4 is left, minus 3 is taken common, x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now, in these two, x plus 4 is common. By applying right property of taking common, we write x minus 3 as the first factor of the product and x plus 4 as the second factor. Now, there are two possibilities. X minus 3 is equal to 0 and x plus 4 is equal to 0. X is equal to 3 as minus 3 is taken to the right hand side, it's become plus 3. X is equal to minus 4 as 4 is taken to the right hand side becomes minus 4. Thus, solution set for this given quadratic equation is 3 minus 4. Now we move to the next part, part 6. In that part, again, we have to write this given quadratic equations into its standard form first, and then we find its factor by using U method of midterm breaking. Let's solve this. For this, we find the LCM of the right hand side, and again we observe that the two fractions having uncommon factors in their denominators, x minus 3, x minus 4, and we use the same procedure. We divide the LCM by the first denominator like that, x minus 3 into x minus 4 divided by x minus 3. X minus 3 is cancelled, x minus 4 is left, and that is multiplied to the numerator 1, and we have x minus 4. And for the second fraction, we do the same process and we divide x minus 3 into x minus 4 by the second denominator, and that is x minus 4. X minus 4 is cancelled, x minus 3 is multiplied to the numerator of the second fraction, and hence we have x minus 3 as the second term. Now we simplify in the next step, x minus 4 minus x minus minus plus 3 divided by x into x, x square, x into minus 4 minus 4x minus 3 into x minus 3x minus minus plus 3 4s are 12. X like terms, different signs, they are cancelled. Minus 4 plus 3, we have minus 1 in numerator, and in denominator x square minus 7x. Like terms and same signs, we do addition. Minus 4 minus 3 minus 7 plus 12 as a third term we have. On the left hand side, we carry the same fraction. By cross multiplication, we multiply the denominator on the right hand side by 2. 2 multiply x square minus 7x plus 12, and minus 1 is multiplied to x minus 9 on the right hand side. We simplify by opening the brackets. 2x square, 2 is multiplied to 7 minus 14x, 2 12s are 24. In the right hand side, minus 1x minus x minus minus plus 9. We take these two values to the left hand side and we get 2x square minus 14x plus 24 minus x will become plus x and plus 9 will become minus 9 is equal to 0. Now we simplify it and we get what? 2x square minus 13x 24 minus 9 is equal to plus 15 is equal to 0, and that is the standard form of quadratic equation of the given equation we have. Now we do its factorization by using U method of midterm breaking. We rewrite this equation: 2x square minus 13x plus 15 is equal to 0. and we find the product of 2 and 15, then the leading coefficient and the constant term. 2 multiply 15 is equal to 30. We have to find the factors of 30, and these are 1 into 30, 2 into 15, 3 into 10, 5 into 6, 6 into 5. Factors are repeated, we stop making more factors, and now we have to choose the right pair. And for this purpose, 2x square in place of 13, we write bracket x plus 15 is equal to 0. Last term sign is plus, so it means we have to add the two numbers in selected pair, and these are 3 and 10. We write 10 first and 3 as a second number. 2x square minus 10x minus plus minus 3x plus 15 is equal to 0. Now we make pairs and take the common. 2x is taken common in the first pair, and x is remainder in the first term, and minus 5 in the second. In the second pair, we take minus 3 as common, and first term left over is x, and plus will be minus, and from 15 when 3 is taken common, we have 5 as a product. So now in these two terms, x minus 5 is taken as common and written on the right hand side as a right property of taking common. So 2x minus 3 as a first factor and x minus 5 as a second factor of right property of taking common, and 0 is left on the right hand side. Now there are two possibilities. 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, x minus 5 is equal to 0. 3 is taken to the right hand side, 2x is equal to 3, 2 is multiplied, taken to the right hand side, becomes denominator, and for the second option, x minus 5 is taken to the right hand side, it becomes plus 5. Thus, solution set will be 3 over 2, 5. And that's it for the question number 2, in which we learn how to find the solution of quadratic equation by factorization. Thank you.